never loved me, yeah.
Streets ain't never loved me since my brother died. My mother cried, tears in my eyes bleed red. Ain't no love inside. Streets left me dolly, my phone they left it holy. Dawn was in that passenger side when they tried to phone me.
Yeah, you know the streets ain't never love us.
Yeah. I've been shot, I was left with a zipper on my stomach, nigga. You know these streets ain't never loved me.
I've been stabbed, I've been left with a zipper on my stomach, nigga. You know the streets ain't never loved me.
I've been locked, I got charged for some shit I didn't do, nigga. You know these streets ain't never loved me.
Caught a case, went upstate, fuck the Jakes, nigga. Yeah, you know these streets ain't never loved me.
Laying up in the hospital bed in ICU. Hit that button like every 3 hours to get those blues, yeah. Laying in the test of pain, I know shit won't be the same. Zip in my stomach, shit don't stop a thing, I'm still a man, yeah. But who gon' be there when you doing time? Can't get no money, so they dropping down, these niggas bitter. And I hope they get the picture, I'm only getting bigger. The top cat out my litter, yeah. Tell you they love you, but they hate you on the low. They hold you back, how they expect for you to grow. I got locked up, ain't said me nothing, but I'm your nigga. My body numb, I got no feelings for you niggas. I'm from where niggas will shoot you right here in these hallways. If you got trust in that, loyalty goes a long way. These size 11s, these pussies can't walk a mile in. They hit my cousin with life and he's still smiling. I've been shot, I was left with a zipper on my stomach, nigga. You know these streets ain't never loved me.
I've been stabbed, I've been left with a zipper on my stomach, nigga. You know the streets ain't never loved me.
I've been locked, I got charged for some shit I didn't do, nigga. You know these streets ain't never loved me.
Caught a case, went upstate, fuck the Jakes, nigga. Yeah, you know these streets ain't never loved me. Streets ain't never loved me since my brother died. My mother cried, tears in my eyes bleed red. Ain't no love inside. Streets left me dolly, my foreign they left it holy. Dawn was in that passenger seat when they tried to fold me. Remind me of my gun, that was real shit, this real spit. Rocks I was selling was smacking them, call it Will Smith. I ain't never told and never folded under pressure. Get him Neek was in that ambulance with me, he was on that stretcher. Niggas tried to take my life, I couldn't tell you who. Many men might not make it, I'm here to tell the truth. Me and T.G.I.F, that's my brother, you know we moving tight. Brown boys fuck with the family and I'ma get them that. This my testimony, solid, all the rest is phony. Merrick niggas come at the fam and send your best opponent. I was stabbed, I was left with a zipper on my stomach, nigga. I know the streets ain't never loved me. He was shot, he was left with a zipper on his stomach, nigga. You know the streets ain't never loved us. Gang, Merrick shit, it's how we music, nigga. Go.
Another day alive, another day free. Why would I wake up trying to be somebody other than me? Knowledge, wisdom, understanding. Man, woman, and children. Sun, moon, and stars. Everything exists has to coexist within. Like I said, another day alive, another day free. Why would I wake up trying to be somebody other than me?
Yo, shout out to everybody in the building. T.G.I.F. T.G.I.F. Another great ending of the week for some of us. Some people got to work on them Saturdays and Sundays. I always started out like this. I got to respect y'all. Gotta respect y'all sincerely. I'm still got that Nixon 7 up here because I told y'all. Mickey Mouse standing next to Jalen Brunson. Mickey Mouse standing next to, matter of fact, I don't even call him Jalen Brunson no more. I call him the Golden Arm. That's what I call him. I call him the Golden Arm. Can you dig it? Did y'all see what this man did last night? Y'all see what he did last night? All them people that's sitting up there doubting us. Let me explain something to you. It's going down, James Brown. We're going to Disney World. Stamp that. Shout out to everybody in the building. If y'all can hear me crystal clear, anybody but a dead body, do me a favor and put some dice cubes up in the chat. If I can shout it out for the people that typed in the chat, show some love. Y'all show some love. Wait for some people to come up in the building. I got a good one lined up for y'all. I got a good show lined up for y'all. Some things that's been going on, man. I think we should talk about it. NG, baby! Is the first one in the building. And she told me the audio was crystal clear. Shout out to Still King T. I see you in the building, beloved. Peace. Appreciate you for pulling up. City Bama, day one shit before the two is in the building. Let me get this down from up here. Hope y'all had a good week. Had a pretty good week. Productive week. Like I said, another day alive, another day free. Can't do too much complaining. I'm still staying with me and my character. I got some things I want to talk about tonight. Because this right here was a question that was asked by the sister East New York 318 yesterday. She said, yo, Dice. Ironically, she asked me this question. She said, yo, Dice, if Puff go to jail, do you think that our president, Donald Trump, would pardon him? Remember, that shit had me at a stumper. I'm like, I had to go to the music and think about that. But look at this. Look at this. Look what just was posted today, y'all. Trump says he will look into a pardon. He said he will look into a pardon if he's convicted. Ain't that some shit? Trump already talking about it. Matter of fact, I'm going to let y'all hear it out of Trump words. Remember where y'all heard this first. Because this right here, I've noticed, is very, 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 very important. And it's very, very intricate in a puzzle that I think they're playing with all of us. Because I've always said this, these politicians, these celebrities, these so-called actors, these famous people that they put in a play for us are all running a play on us, y'all. See, this is the part I don't think people really fail to realize. These are actors and actresses. A lot of politicians come from being lawyers. The best lawyers are the most incredible liars. You do understand the lawyers don't give a fuck whether you're innocent or guilty. They worry about you having that money, and they worry about beating the prosecutor if they're defense lawyers. And then they're worried about prosecuting someone if they're prosecuting lawyers. It seems like it's all a play. Money, conversations over beers, cognac, cigars, people's lives held in people's hands because of friendship, because of people rubbing in elbows together in the same sense. You know, because I know you, a favor for a favor. But check out what Trump had to say. Remember, y'all heard this first.
They're wasting a lot of money if they're going to continue with that nonsense.
And this one's a little bit more of a page 6 question, but back when you hosted The Apprentice, you mentioned
Yo, Hassan, I see you.
That Diddy was a good friend of yours back then. He has since found himself in some very serious legal trouble.
Yeah, that's true.
Would you ever consider pardoning him?
Hold on, let's go back to the beginning.
And they're wasting a lot.
I want y'all to pay attention to something that the interviewer is asking the president. He said, yo, back in the days, you and the nigga Diddy was good friends. Great friends. Y'all don't remember all them stagnated parties? Epstein, Donald Trump, P. Diddy, Hugh Hefner. Y'all don't remember all this lifestyles of them partying, hanging out together? But Donald Trump said something. I'm going to let y'all say it right out of his mouth. I'm hot too, Angie. This shit is crazy. Donald Trump just said this shit out of his own mouth. See, I didn't want to talk about the picture they put up. My baby Keish, I see you in the building. I didn't want to talk about this picture. See, this picture right here. See, a picture is worth more than 1,000 words. We all know that. Picture's worth more than 1,000 words. We do know that, right? But I didn't want to just go with this picture. But ironically, shout out to the sister East New York 318. She just asked this question yesterday in the chat. She said, Dice, I'm not trying to sidebar the conversation, but let me ask you something. If Puff Daddy is convicted, do you feel as though Trump will give him a pardon? And just today, this is posted. Trump says he'll look into giving a pardon to P. Diddy if P. Diddy is convicted. So check this out. It's not what you know, it's who you hold. You got to pay attention to something before we get into this right quick. You got to pay attention to something. Fuck you mean? Now I'm thinking about this. And like, shout out to the sister East New York. Of course he's going to give him a pardon. Fuck you mean is he going to give him a pardon? I just thought about that shit. Number one, Donald Trump. Matter of fact, I'm going to let Donald Trump say to you what he want to say first. And then I'm going to stop it and we're going to get into this work. Let's go.
A lot of money if they're going to continue with that nonsense.
And this one's a little bit more of a page 6 question, but back
Phoenix Blaze, I see you, sis.
You mentioned once in 2012 that Diddy was a good friend of yours back then. He has since found himself in some very...
Hold on, pay attention. Diddy was a good friend of yours back then.
You mentioned once in 2012 that Diddy was a good friend of yours back then. He has since found himself in some very serious legal trouble.
Yeah, that's true.
Would you ever consider pardoning him?
Well, nobody's asked. You had to be the one to ask, Peter, but nobody's asked. But I know people are thinking about it. I know they're thinking about it. I think some people have been very close to asking. First of all, I'd look at what's happening, and I haven't been watching it too closely, although it's certainly...
Pay attention. This nigga's working with some motherfucking dangerous individuals that's writing this shit for him. Because first of all, you don't understand that they have people that are sitting up writing things and writing responses for all of our presidents. Certain questions, if they throw this one at you, this is a suggestion that you should respond with. Or this person has a suggestion that they should respond with, and so forth and so forth. Check this out. How Trump just laughed. He said, like somebody just told him and pre-warned him, like, yo, Trump, you know Diddy gonna come at you if you don't come get him. Simple and plain. Ain't no other way to talk about it. Somebody done gotten Trump ear. You know you was at a lot of the motherfucking baby oil parties with that nigga, right? You know you was at a lot of them baby oil parties with Diddy, right? Trump said, damn, you got a motherfucking point there. So check this out. When they ask you, because somebody's about to be sneaky because Puff name is everywhere. They're pulling all type of people into this case. Look what I just said yesterday. They pulled up the diary of Prince. They pulled up the diary of Prince. They got Jay-Z naming this with Beyonce Knowles talking about the late rapper Pimp C. They talking about all these mysterious deaths that was just brushed under the rug. So check this out. Pay attention to what Donald Trump said.
First of all, I look at what's happening, and I haven't been watching it too closely, although it's certainly getting a lot of coverage. I haven't seen him. I haven't spoken to him in years. He used to really like me a lot, but I think when I ran for politics, he sort of, that relationship busted up from what I read. I don't know. He didn't tell me that, but I'd read some little bit nasty statements in the paper all of a sudden, you know.
Pay attention. Not my words. Our president's words. He said, yo, I ain't spoke to him in years, y'all. What he literally saying is he ain't fucking with me no more, especially after I done got into these politics. But what he's really telling you is he ain't fucking with Puff no more because he's into them politics. See, he just, you know what they say to us is actually the opposite. What he's saying to you is he cut Puff off. Why the fuck would Puff cut the fucking next president of the United States off? Doesn't make any sense. To have the president of the United States in pocket? Puff ain't cut him off. But Donald Trump said, I got to get away from this nigga. I know what I used to be doing with this nigga. I got to get away from this nigga. They can't put my face side by side with him because now they're starting to surface the pictures of P. Diddy and Donald Trump when they was together on all these boat trips and all these yacht trips and all these private island affairs that only certain people of the high elite was invited to. All these people had to sign these non-disclosure forms talking about, yo, whatever we doing over here on this island, we gonna sue you if you talk about it. We gonna sue you. But listen how smooth Trump is with it, though. He real smooth.
I haven't seen him. I haven't spoken to him in years. He used to really like me a lot, but I think when I ran for politics, he sort of that relationship busted up from what I read. I don't know. He didn't tell me that, but I'd read some little bit nasty statements in the paper all of a sudden. You know, it's different. You become a much different person when you run for politics and you do what's right. I could do other things, and I'm sure he'd like me, and I'm sure other people would like me, but it wouldn't be as good for us.
Pay attention to what he just said. He's telling you right now he know Puff is a criminal. He said, I ain't spoke to him in years. Read some nasty things in the articles. The fact that I became the president, started running for politics, it bumped our relationship clean out the water. Pay attention to what he said next after that. He said, I'm sure that if I was doing something for other people, like say anything of a criminal enterprise, cartel, Puff, that anything, he said they would like him. See, this is the president talking. They done forgot to tell him, you got the right to remain silent, Donald.
And you do what's right. I could do other things, and I'm sure he'd like me, and I'm sure other people would like me, but it wouldn't be as good for our country. As we said, our country's doing really well because of what we're doing. So I can't, it's not a popularity contest. So I don't know. I would certainly look at the facts. If I think somebody,
you can't play both sides, you niggas gotta choose. Niggas out here being tough until they make the news. Mama said her son ain't hurt nobody. The street said her son was catching plenty bodies. If you accept these charges, then please hold. In every hood, it was a nigga that was tough, and he still told. Like, what I gotta do to make you niggas rhyme? Like, I'm ready to kill when the kind of minds be cautious. I'm dealing with more sticks than a porcupine. Quill spines, whatever you wanna call them. Yeah, plus my little mama, she a trap queen. Doggy, when she mixed with that Fetty, give him a wop lean. It was a whole lot of cars when there was stimmies round. We going over a year and half you niggas down. All these expensive clothes, like was that smart? Now they uploading their clothes on the Poshmark. Switch, baby, careful with this. I mean, this bitch sharp. One across, one down the middle, look like a chrome heart. Damn, I'm always outside. I'm like, high from who? Bout to put your car on skates. You think you sliding through? I help build my niggas. This ain't Legos. Protect the fan by any means. I be Diego. Yeah, tiger to you niggas. I'm an animal. It's a jungle where I'm from. What y'all wanna do? You can't play both sides. You niggas gotta choose. Niggas out here being tough until they make the news. Mama said her son ain't hurt nobody. The street said her son was catching plenty bodies. If you accept these charges, then please hold. In every hood, it was a nigga that was tough, and he still told.
I'm from Brooklyn. Y'all know that. Wherever y'all may be, I want to ask y'all a question. Wherever you grew up, where I grew up, this next story, I'm about to show you a little segment of something that went down. And this day, matter of fact, it was crazy back then when I was coming up. But unfortunately, this was not an abnormality. This the situation I'm about to show you right now. This was not an abnormality. This happened all the time in my neighborhood, in neighborhoods, neighboring my neighborhood. It's so fucked up. I can say I've seen this in Albany projects. I've seen this in Kingsborough projects. I've seen this in Brevoort projects. I've seen this in Tilden projects. I've seen this in Langston Hughes projects. I've seen this in Van Dyke projects. I've seen this in Linden houses. I've seen this in Boulevard houses. I've seen this in Glenward projects, and so forth and so forth. And what I'm talking about is insecurities of a man. Insecurities of a man. Matter of fact, insecurities of anyone, male or female. A man is at the store, waiting online behind a young lady. You know, one of them 24-hour stores, the windows. Her man is sitting in the car. Check out now. This is where this whole story bothers me. This ain't no hypothetically speaking. If I'm riding around somewhere, especially like Brooklyn, New York, or any neighborhood, or if I'm going anywhere and somebody that's supposed to be my woman or my lady is in the car with me, I am not, see, I'm from a different era. I really walk to the curb. I don't want a splash of water touching mine. So why would I ask somebody that's supposed to be my woman to get out my car at night and stand at a 24-hour window to wait for anything? I don't even care if it was for her. I don't give a fuck if she just wanted a bag of potato chips. Nigga, you get out the fucking car. You stand on fucking line. That shit is weirdo shit. But what was you, too arrogant? You want them niggas to say, yo, I'm so real, I make the chick get out and go in the store and get me some Dutchess? That dumbass line from Jada Kiss. That's only one of the stupidest lines I never liked from Jada. I'm so real, I make her get out and cop the Dutchess. I've never liked that. Because, first of all, what if she gets shot? What, you gonna pull off in the car? Okay, back to what I was saying. Young ladies outside. Young ladies outside, waiting online, man standing behind her. When you see her walk past the man, she got a nice outfit on, good pair of jeans, good jacket. You can tell her description is she's somewhat, like they say, thick. You don't really see her face. You see her walk off and get into the car. Seconds later, you see the man, her boyfriend, get out the car and approach the man at the store. They don't know if it was because he gave her something simple as a compliment. You wearing them jeans, ma. Check this out. I done seen niggas getting the shit over this. Your man is a lucky man. Some niggas like, that's very disrespectful to some people. Some dudes would be like, yo, you right. She is lucky. I am a lucky man. But check this out, what went down, y'all. This is really crazy in 2025. Let's go. Remember, you heard it first.
Right. It happened here overnight at this gas station at 75th and Stony Island. Only one overnight clerk inside, but we're told the entire thing caught on surveillance cameras.
There's a man down bleeding at the BP gas station at 75 and Stony. He's laying down on the floor. It's heavy event.
Employees tell us the shooting happened outside the convenience store. Police pulling the video. Employees told us what they saw on the footage. They tell us a woman was here to buy something when a man who didn't seem to know her approached. The woman did not seem interested, and they tell us another man got involved, seemingly on the woman's behalf. And even as the woman tried to leave, a fight between the two men continued. The man who was already with the woman pulled out a gun and fired before they both left.
Were they on foot or in a car? They fled in a white vehicle, unknown make or model.
Hey, Angel. So now that's more of the story. I guess he shot his shot at her. But then again, isn't that the dude's fault that's driving the car? Hey, Cassandra, where you been? Chill. I'm chill. I'm working on myself. But whose fault was that? For that whole altercation, that whole interaction? You was comfortable enough for her to go outside and wait at a 24-hour window for whatever of importance that y'all was going to the store for. But you was angry with a man that I guess tried to talk to her, maybe complimented her, maybe asked her a simple question as, yo, do you have a man? But the sad part about this, I've seen this and I know about this growing up. Unfortunately, I know dudes that's in jail for the rest of their life. And unfortunately, I know some dudes that are no longer here because of this same scenario right here. Speaking to a man's woman. First of all, trying to talk to a nigga of importance chick, that's the first no-no. Then when she expresses to you, I have a man. Because usually the solid ones was doing that. Yo, I got a man. And then they was, yo, and his name is XYZ. So once they say that, you know, honorable recommendation from man to man is, hold up. Damn, sure they said she fuck with FT. My fault, ma. That's my nigga. Tell him I said what's up. When she tells you her man name, some niggas be like, I don't give a fuck if that's your man or not. They used to say shit like, yo, he shouldn't have your ass out here walking alone. Pay attention. He should not. Why you out here by yourself if you got a man? Ladies, am I lying? Ladies, am I lying? Has a man ever said that to you? Well, if you got a man, why you out here by yourself? Have you ever been out with your females at a party or a get-together or a club? Dude come up, try to approach y'all ladies. You go, nah, I'm good. I'm not interested. I got a man. You haven't heard that? Why your man got you out here by himself, ma? He must don't really care about you. This is facts. Him must don't care about you. That's a fact. But check this out. This is goofy.
The female was wearing a brown jacket, black leggings. That's all the info they have at this time.
Employees couldn't talk to us on camera, but tell us they are now upset by the murder that happened just feet from their front door.
The crime scene going to consist of around 11 shell cases, a vehicle with a plate, white
Hey, Scorpio, mama!
and then our victim.
Police tell us that they don't have anyone in custody right now. They're also not releasing the name of the 40-year-old victim because they are trying to notify his next of kin. Area 1 detectives are investigating.
Shout out to Scorpio Mama in the building. Y'all show Mama some love. Shout out to DS1 Ross the boss. One of the lovely lady visionaries over there to be holding it down for him, coming over here to show us some love. She always showed me nothing but love. That's the OG Mama right there, Scorpio Mama. Make sure y'all give us some love, y'all. She official, like a referee with a whistle. You understand what I'm saying to you? Speaking about a referee with a whistle. Yo, why ain't nobody talking about the Knicks game last night? What? Hold up. Why ain't nobody talking about the Knicks game last night? Shout out to the sister East New York 318. She said, yo, Dice, good night to y'all. And our Knicks are winning. Y'all ain't hear about the score last night? I was telling everybody at the job, all we need is to do the next three. Let me explain something to you. If Boston 3 years ago can come back from a 3-zip deficit and take it, you can't tell me what can't happen in basketball. The spirit and the energy that's surrounded behind the New York Knicks. Let me explain something to y'all right now. I'm being dead serious. The New York Knicks has to win this championship. Besides, I want this daily. Do you know if the New York Knicks lose, I'm going to prophesize this, but we ain't going to have to worry about that because we're going to Disney World. So let me rephrase that. Do you know by chance if the New York Knicks would have lost this championship that they're about to take, the crime rate in New York City would be outrageous. Ice Water, I see you in the building. Salute. I'm telling y'all right now, the crime rate would go completely through the fucking roof. Yo, listen to me. Straight, listen to me. Them people in, y'all ain't see what they did to that Indiana fan? Did anybody in here see the Indiana fan that had the nerve to wear the Indiana jersey? It was the last game of Boston. It was the last game of the New York Knicks when they sent Boston home. Somebody had the nerve to come to the game with the Indiana jersey on. They beat them with garbage cans. Girl dad cooking up deliciousness. That shit sound crazy, but I salute it. I've heard some strength. That's it. Girl dad cooking up deliciousness. Shout out to you, bro. But think about it. They beat that man. They was beating him with garbage cans. This is facts. They was throwing garbage bags at him, beer, cups. They don't do certain stuff like that. I'm telling you something about New York City and the fans of New York. They're very, 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 very unpredictable. You might have a New York Knicks fan that's sitting there talking to you one night and be like, hey, how you doing? They playing a tight game, and then we be up by 20 like we was, and then we lose that game, that Knicks fan punch you dead in your mouth. Because you're an Indiana Pacer, you're a little more enthused. Man, did you see that game? You see how we came back? That's enough for a real New York Knicks fan to punch you in your face. That's a fact. I know it sounds ignorant. I'm not saying that I condone this, but I'm trying to tell you this is the emotion that overrides a diehard New York Knicks fan. If you pay attention to the color that I'm rocking right there, it's orange. And then the other color for us is blue. That's what I've been doing. You notice I keep that Knicks in 7 because we going to Disney World. I seen the picture. How long have I been telling y'all this? They told me when we played Boston, oh, y'all niggas. What? Yeah, anybody was here? When I said I see the picture with Golden Arm, Jalen Bronson, with Mickey, New York. Y'all don't see that? If you don't see that, you're hating. But let's get back into the rest of this. You see them colors right there. Y'all need to put them colors up. Doo-doo heads and doo-doo head its. The doo-doo heads is the dude and the doo-doo head its is the women. Y'all better put that up. This is what, let me tell you something. The New York Knicks, when we win, the parade is going to be crazy. And shout out to my Hispanic people up there. And in places like the Bronx and LES, they're going to drop the Coke prices. They're going to drop the Haze prices. Let me tell you something. This is going to affect the economy. Like, this is going to make a group of people happy. I'm telling you. Educational purposes only. Not saying I promote any of this, but the prices are going to drop in New York when the New York Knicks win. Washington Heights, the prices, you're gonna think it's the 80s, you're gonna think it's the late 80s. Like, what? Gotta talk this into existence. I know somebody that has a son with autism. Shout out to him and his wife. From the way he talks about certain things, from the things he just vents about, not complain. First, I misconstrued it as him complaining. It's just him venting. He's comfortable opening up and expressing certain things, I guess, to me. That's just God's will with certain people. So when he speaks about his son with autism, like one of the things I heard him say, he said, he asked God, why did God do that to him? I never said nothing. I wanted to say to him, what you mean? But he constantly says, he wondered why God gave him a child with such special needs. Unfortunately, just my opinion, I mean this from my heart with all good blessings, him and his wife waited longer than actually I think they should have for him to become in contact and interaction with school, meaning from when he was a baby, from 1 year old, 2 years old, I think that they should have been doing research on schools or programs pertaining to children with autism. But they waited. So when they waited, unfortunately, he says that his son does not verbally communicate. But the way he talks about his son sometimes is just he feels as though that his son is doomed for the future. And then I spoke to him about the movie The Accountant. I don't know if y'all ever saw the movie The Accountant. I seen The Accountant and I seen The Accountant Part 2. Great movies. And Ben Affleck plays an adult with autism. His mathematician skills are out of this world. Like, he's a human calculator. His precision is out of this world. He's also an assassin and a sniper from long, long, long distances away. Hand skills, crazy. He can see something one time and can automatically mimic and adjust to it. Because they say some children with autism, they actually have special talents. Some people with autism can listen to certain music, like the young girl that listened to Mozart and she just played it. But I'm gonna show you something, man, about a dude about Kambel Smith. Dig what I'm saying? I want to show y'all something. She stay asleep, man. You cooked today, brother. You cooked.
Autism Awareness Month is winding down, and tonight we have a story about a local family revealing superhuman abilities.
And they just hope to change people's perspective on autism. Fox 29 photojournalist Bill Rohr explains.
Artist Kambel Smith's latest work is on display at the Fleischer Allman Gallery in Philadelphia. Popular landmarks from all over the country made from cardboard, each with extreme detail.
It took me about 2 months.
A sculpture of the Woolworth Building in New York City stands taller than Kambel himself.
A lot of hours. I never took no breaks.
You see, Kambel is a self-labeled autisarian, a word him and his brother Conte and father Lonnie came up with to reimagine people with autism as having superhuman powers.
My superpower was so I can see scale without using no measuring tools.
He doesn't have to be able to fly.
Now check this out. He don't use no measurements. He looks at a picture and just gets right to it. Like, you know how they would have to use the measuring tools and the straightening tools to make sure everything is lined up accurate, pinpoint. You see what he's doing? So to the people that may know somebody with autism or maybe parents of a children or a child with autism, you got to let them grow. You got to let them grow, because if you alienate them, I believe it's just like alienating anyone that doesn't have a mental need or a physical need. They ain't gonna want to open up to nobody. But the support system around this young man right here is letting you know, quote unquote, it's like if you put life into anything, anything will grow.
Or to run like Flash or things like that. It's just an ability that's, above average, and that is a superhuman ability.
Every great superhero has an origin story.
He was a very angry little boy. And, I didn't really help with that too much because, I kind of dealt with him like a child who needed discipline.
Kambel directed that negative energy into creating art. It started with sketching comic book heroes, and then he moved.
Hold on, is y'all paying attention to this? That's his art. That right there is his art. That's incredible. That's really, really incredible. That's incredible. Like, all jokes aside, like, that's I'm dead serious right now. That's like totally incredible. To be able to just look at something and mimic it like that with such intricacy, like this man right here is gonna be something of impact to the art world, because his sculpt. Pay attention. What if he get into clay? What if he gets into concrete? He gets cardboard and turn cardboards into famous landmarks all over the world.
Art. It started with sketching comic book heroes, and then he moved on to painting. Sculpting with cardboard came after he ran out of canvas.
He realized he could see buildings, he could see the scale of buildings, and he didn't have any tools, so he took that ability and he just started creating.
Kambel isn't the only autistic.
Hold on, can y'all do me a favor?
So he took.
Can you pay attention to something right quick? That's something of Japanese or Chinese culture standing on the side of his father. Pay attention to the intricate detail, the precise coloring, the pigment shifting. Everything about that looks like something that's really like a statue or something like that. That's incredible, man. Shout out to this kid, man.
Ability, and he just started creating.
Kambel isn't the only autisarian in the family. One of younger brother Conte's superhuman abilities is coding computers. Conte even developed a gaming app for your Android phone and a computer animated film.
And it took time doing it, so I got the hang of it. So it was actually kind of fun doing it. So
the film is based from characters Kambel created when he first got into art.
It's awesome, and I'm proud of myself. Yeah, I want to make my dad proud of me when I do this stuff.
The superhuman team is venturing into the virtual reality gaming world, a state-of-the-art tech center called Holodeck.
Once an individual, autistic, or anyone goes into a virtual world, they forget about the distractions of the outside world, and they just do what they do. And once you can look at them in that type of environment, they do things that you wouldn't expect.
Father and sons joining forces to save the world. In Philadelphia, Bill Rohr, Fox 29 News.
Scorpio Mama said, everybody is born with a gift. Y'all can get yourself a little spliff, a little drink, bathroom break if you want to, intermission. Because after I get through going through this T.G.I.F video, never know. Like, how would you feel? I'm talking to the ladies. How would you feel if you and your children were kidnapped by terrorists? You and your children, ladies, were kidnapped by terrorists. Now check this out. They write a threatening letter pertaining to everybody in this chat, because it's to the public safety of the United States of America. To the United States of America, this is who they have it targeted towards. And when you listen to this, it might throw you off a little bit, because some of the things that this lady is saying is kind of touching, you know what I'm saying? Because she's claiming that she was kidnapped by some terrorists, her and her children, and they kept her children and made her go to an airport and read a threatening letter that they wrote. She says she's been begging for help. She tried to involve the FBI. They all started laughing at her and joking. I don't think this is a joke. So after T.G.I.F, ladies and gentlemen, I want y'all to tell me how y'all feel about this situation as we go over it. You dig what I'm saying? Fair to you too. Let's go.
Top. When you call my name, it never will New York City. Yeah. Now for real. Life is good. Yeah. They praying no one down for a fuck them, these niggas needy. Believe me, these niggas is mad, they'll never be me. Don't trust them, they fell to the family to get them DP. 6 feet buried alive, face on the white tee. Lately, I've been staying far away from these niggas cause they better. I only bring animals in the slitter. Take me where they only do linen and fine women. Take me where they only drink champagne with they dinner. Take me where niggas is hating, they can't enter. You can put your trust in niggas, see me, I don't. That bitch is only known for cheating, you think she won't? Praying for the best, I'm still prepared for the worst. I give them a chance, give them the road. These fans, I want no smoke. Right or left, yeah, it really don't matter. Pussy, I'm good with both. Aiming death shots, I'm throwing made for your head and chest. Yes, some of the realest shit that I ever wrote. Resumes say don't play, not the people vote. Never would I let these niggas trick me out my spot. Never would I act like I'm something I'm not. Never would I tell, I remain real. Never would I, never would I crash off the internet. These 762s, you need a bigger vest. It's time, I'ma ask you one more time, like what we doing here. Semi-automatic and tragic, I make a movie here. Gonna minimize my friends, cause niggas be moving weird. They call me, I come, like job, blow me a gun. The difference is when I call niggas, they never come. But shout out to the niggas that do, they know what's up. Jesus, peace, hate for my neck, it's never tough. Take a loss and you get right back at it, don't give it up. They get money going, post it on the gram, like who gives a fuck? Till they face down in that barrel, like nigga, give it up. So much for bragging, got them fit for a casket. Man, G, I'm giving this button, tell niggas smash it. Why I run around with Jackie tucked in a jacket? The mouth shit go for a man, they can't match it. And she don't fuck with you, me either, I got a jacket. Those guns made out of plastic. Never would I let these niggas trick me out my spot. Never would I act like I'm something I'm not. Never would I tell, I remain real. Never would I, never would I crash off the internet. These 762s, you need a bigger vest. You niggas minimum wage, I need a bigger check. When it's time to perform, I'm gonna show next.
Divine Order, I see you in the building, sis. I appreciate you for pulling up. Yo, Angel, that's your Chi-Town sis. Y'all both over there in Chi-Town. Y'all both family to me because y'all got White Castles. I know that shit sound petty like a motherfucker, but anybody that got a White Castles where y'all live at, we family. Yep. If you got a white, like I said, if you got a White Castle, I'm talking about official White Castle. Even though Crystals, shout out to the Crystals franchise down there in Georgia. I ain't gonna front. We was in Georgia. They complimented my desire for the crave of White Castles. You dig? The only thing different about Crystals is they put mustard on their burgers. But the same texture, burger, everything. I told them, no onions. Let me get ketchup and cheese. That's it. Can you dig it? Now, like I was telling y'all earlier, this lady got a story to tell, man. I want to see if y'all believe it, because I do.
Thank you. I have to finish this. My kid's life in danger if I didn't say this. I have been kidnapped, me and my kids. Today will be a worse day than 9/11 attack. This is an act of war at United States of America. This piece of shit woman thinks she knows what's happening. We have programmed her to be loyal and stupid enough to follow our rules. Not only to know how to run away if she got caught, but also to explode an airplane like a pro. We have a weapon that you don't have, Americans. And we are getting...
Do y'all understand what this lady is saying? Lee, I see you in the building. Salute, beloved. Do y'all understand what the lady is saying? This group of terrorists is literally saying, yo, check this out. We got a weapon that y'all don't got that can totally eliminate all of y'all. The total, like a good masses of all of y'all. They said they really, really tired of the way, let's start this over again. They tired of the way that the Americans allegedly have been treating them. Pay attention in the Denver airport.
Thank you. I have to finish this. My kid's life in danger if I didn't say this.
She said if she don't say this, her kid's life is going to be in danger.
I have been kidnapped, me and my kids. Today will be a worse day than 9/11 attack. This is an act of war at United States of America. This piece of shit woman thinks she knows what's happening. We have programmed her to be loyal and stupid enough to follow our rules. not only to know how to run away if she got caught, but also to explode an airplane like a pro. We have a weapon that you don't have, Americans. And we are getting USA on the knees. China, Europe, Middle East, Japan are all one hand against USA, and this stupid running woman think she can save you by providing information that she's trying to provide and nobody listening to her. You are losing.
Now pay attention. This is just my analogy. Fair YouTube users. It's just my analogy. You notice this? I think she a part of it. But I believe everything she fucking saying. That makes sense to y'all? Yo, when it comes to these countries outside of the United States, they got this thing, man. They ready to die for what they believe in, and they gonna rock to the end, even if they have to die. They'll sit up in jail for what they believe in. A lot of the people from the countries like Russia, Japan, China, you know what I'm saying, Paris, Belize, Brazil, and all that, they said jail over here is a resort compared to what they got going on in their country. Divine Order said, yeah, that she part of this whole scheme. Because like I said, and then Mama said, if they don't like it, they gotta go they got somewhere else to go. That's a fact. But you gotta understand, y'all, America is supposedly the land of what? Opportunity. It's fucked up. Just like everybody don't understand this. They say this about all nationalities that come through. Now they calling them migrants. They took off the immigrant. They just said, fuck it, we call them migrants. Haitian, Hispanic. I didn't even understand it was so many Hispanic. Honduras, Guatemalan, El Salvadorian, Mexican. It's so much. I was just like, God. But pay attention. For some reason, all these countries said that they want to come to the United States of America because it's the land of opportunity. It's supposed to be the home of the free. It has to be better as far as, let's say, politics. Because in some countries, they have extreme restrictions, such as curfews that have always been in play. Like if you outside past a curfew in a certain area, you can go to jail for 10 and 20 years, like outrageous jail terms because you broke the law, because they have their own set of rules out there. See, they legislations, they commerce, and they whole political, that shit comes from in-house. The only thing they talking to us about the United Nations is what they in a lack and they need support of. They ain't asking us for no motherfucking help to discipline them people. Like what they do in Haiti and Jamaica and Brazil and Panama and Belize. People getting the shit beat out of them, y'all. But check this out. Let's see what she got to say, man.
That war since 9/11 already. The last airplane, the helicopter that got fall down, it wasn't an accident. I know who did it. Please, they are taking video. Please go away from the video, please, ma'am. Please, this is for my safety. I am a U.S. citizen, and I.
See, I don't believe that right there. See, y'all know one of my favorite slogans. Y'all know, you know one of my favorite slogans over here. Can anybody tell the favorite slogan? You know that's where you fucked up at, right? You say you dropped the bottle of beer at 10:27. They waited to 11:15 to pick it. Oh, you said it was 10:48. No, it was 11:03. You know where I feel as though, just my opinion, she just fucked up. Did anybody catch what she did? Tell me where y'all thought she fucked up. Yeah. Artist Morrison in the building. She fucked up, Keish. She fucked up. I'm from Utica Avenue. Did y'all catch it? I'm going to play it for y'all again. Let me put this in the back for a minute. You see how God works? I'll tell you, I love you, artists. That's my motherfucking little bro right there. Yo, let me tell you something. Some shit happened today. I thought about artists, and I took a picture of it, and I loaded it. You see how he popped up? Artists did a show pertaining to all of a sudden, the birds now aren't on branches. So when he said this shit about a year and a half ago, y'all, I've been going outside looking in the fucking trees. You dig what I'm saying? Like some fucking bird watcher. Because I got mad trees around my shit. Now, if I'm lying, man, I never hug my beautiful mother again. I don't be seeing birds in trees. You know what I do be hearing? These are the birds I do see. And I hear woodpeckers. Because we have woodpeckers down here. Look at this picture I took today, artist. Because artist said and proved it that there are government agencies that are using microscopic lenses through pigeons and birds throughout the whole world. Artist said, why do you think you don't see them in the trees? You see them on electric cables. Let me show y'all a picture I took today. I can't make this up. That's on Sharon McLeod. Look at this, y'all. I took the picture and cropped it in my phone and expanded it. That's a bird outside of my house on the cable line. That's a fact, Scorpio mama. And artist pulled up. That's a fact on my mother. I took that picture today because check this out. It's raining down here. See? I told y'all that from here. What the fuck is a bird doing sitting on an electrical cable in the fucking rain when it's drizzling? Can you pay attention? Do you see the feathers and stuff, how it looks matted? Because it's raining. Because it's raining. Look how gray the background, look how gray the sky is. Because it's drizzling and it's raining, y'all. Ain't that some shit? You see what Andrew said? That motherfucker just sitting up there chilling. How the fuck? That's an electric cable that runs the majority of the voltage and electricity in my motherfucking community around me and my family's homes. That's big Duke electric. That's big Duke energy there. That's that good energy that bird's sitting on right there. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Artist Morrison for that, because I remember he said that about a year and a half ago. And ever since he said that, I just like I said, I done turned into a motherfucking hood bird watcher, and that shit happened today. That shit happened today. Shout out to everybody in the building. Let's get back to this lady right here. I want to see if y'all can tell me where she fucked up at, where she dropped the bottle of beer too late.
Please, they are taking video. Please go away from the video, please, ma'am. Please, this is for my safety. I am a U.S. citizen and I have rights. Can you please?
You know that's where she fucked up at, right? I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all a cheat code. You know that's where she fucked up at, right? You know that's where she fucked up at. Your artist, she had a YouTube moment. It's not just people on YouTube, it's everybody. She had a YouTube moment. She did this for clicks and views because pay attention. When the security lady walks up, she was around, oh my God, they're gonna kill me. They told me to say this. I have a weapon for. Hold up, could you do me a favor? Could you stop standing in front of that video? Could you move about of the video? Could you get, she done stopped crying in it. Yo, could you move out the video? I'm a fucking American citizen. Could you move out? She didn't give a fuck about what that letter was talking about. The whole emotional, distraught side of her, the minute that woman walked in front of that video, her whole attitude changed. Pay attention. Listen to her now and watch when Big Bertha walk in front of her.
Fall down. It wasn't an accident. I know who did it. Please, they are taking video. Please go away from the video, please, ma'am. Please, this is for my safety. I am a U.S. citizen and I have rights. Can you please take video of me doing this? It's just a little bit and I am done.
Ma'am, you've been denied boarding.
We need to keep this
You've
in.
been denied boarding with your airline. You're now trespassing on airport property.
I am sorry, I am not trespassing anybody.
You are now officially
They did
trespassing.
this to me every time I am trying to report. They will say I am
Facts, Scorpio mama.
and they will take me to jail. So I can't tell what's happening. Please, somebody report this to FBI Washington. I already reported this to Denver police. They did nothing. I went to U.S. Army. Oh my God. It's are kicking me out. They did nothing. I am not a terrorist. My life and my kids' life are at risk if I said what I know. I am asking for USA protection. I am willing to provide all the evidence that you need and voluntarily be on the polygraph. I can be on the polygraph voluntarily. I need an FBI criminal lawyer. I am not speaking with the police without a lawyer. Please, somebody help me. I don't know my rights and they are violating my civil rights. I am trying to report this. Every time I call 911, my call got forwarded to another person who pretended to be police. I am only speaking with FBI at Washington, D.C. and the CIA here in Denver, or FBI in Denver too. I am not speaking with police. I am so sorry.
Listen, I ain't talking to nobody but the FBI in Denver and where y'all want me to go to in D.C. I ain't talking to the regular police. I am so sorry. Top Shots, I see you in the building. Guy, I see you in the building. But she fucked up, y'all. When she went to that YouTube moment, excuse me, please, could you get from in front of the video? See, I'm a sucker for tears. Them tears stopped the minute that big woman got in front of her viewage. She said she just want to talk to the feds. Just didn't make no sense. I don't know if y'all seen the show I did with Kanika Jenkins. Remember I just did it the other day? 7 years. This man right here, rest in peace to him. When you talk about content, today made 7 years, the anniversary that he was unalived. This is Zack TV from Chicago. YouTube podcast, content creator / journalist. I'm talking about, this stuff is still up on YouTube. This dude right here had a very, 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 very close and in-depth relationship with the streets of Chicago. Exclusive interviews, FBG Duck, King Von's, like all the Tooties, rest in peace. A lot of the young individuals that unfortunately, because of the gang violence in Chicago, that have lost their lives due to it, before their passing, trusted this young man enough to speak up about their side of the story and what was going on. See, that's a very important message right there. Like usually when people are dead set on hurting somebody or doing something to somebody, they ain't talking no more. But he had a way where he had the kids and the adults that gravitated to him because his voice was so impactful in Chicago. They listened to his podcast, and then they also listened to his reason due to what was fed to him by people that was actually known to be rivalries in Chicago. And he was known for actually being a reason why certain, like they said, crews in Chicago no longer were beefing. You dig what I'm saying? Shout out to all my people from Chi-Town to be holding me down. She said, yes, I really miss this young man and his coverage. Zack TV, rest in peace to Zack. And unfortunately, when I did the show, I spoke about him before, speaking about Miss Kanika Jenkins, because they just made 7 years finding out what's going on with her and her case. And they told him, it's like there was so many people where they were calling him and they were warning him and they was telling him that they respected him so much. Before something happened to him, they just wanted him to stop talking about certain things because certain things was bringing up certain things that was now having the police investigate homicides that they had no clues for. Facts. Dude, I'm talking about his journalistic game was on point. I'm talking about like a number 2 pencil on test day. This young man right here was sharp. And unfortunately, some people say he was lured to the party. Some people said he was just out having a good time doing his journalistic thing like he always did because he was a people's person. He was always on hands in the neighborhood. And unfortunately, he was killed. So rest in peace to the great Zack. You dig what I'm saying? Rest in peace. I mean, this dude right here, he had some real real good work. I'm talking about good work. Like, and it's like, it's sad because like they try to categorize everyone from being just ignorant. Like they don't have nothing intelligent to say. Like everything is just, he's just a dummy. You know what I'm saying? And he was one of the ones that actually was trying to, quote unquote, make a difference in his community and take care of his family and everything like that. You dig? So shout out to him, man. And shout out the Way to Black too. You dig? Play this one for the guard right here, Zack. Let's go.
Nigga, wait out black, I can fuck this shit. I'm falling, man. Rest in peace to me. Rest in peace, my way. Got my niggas in cages like fucking animals, man. Free my orders.
Red pill, blue pill, so hard to give it up. I'll be in the box until I die before I give you up. God's plan to my people when the slaves. My whole housewife, they put me in a cage. I done sniffed so much coke, I can't give it up. I done drank too much lean, I can't give it up. I done fucked all that pussy, I can give it up. I chase money every day, I never give it up.
What? Yo, my streets. Free Psych Bike. Been there a long time, guys.
Free Psych Bike, man, until it's backwards, y'all.
I watch family. Turn on family. And I watch strangers. Love me more.
6 niggas, 6 minutes. I'm in the shit until the shit finish. Big crip, new whip, you see the rim spinning. My team spinning, my little cousin Big Bremen. Yeah, mad that I'm a G and my wrist slitty. Play me next pick, I might have your bitch with me. I was told never snitch, should've followed me. Niggas switch up, pop shit and give apologies. Perky after perky, thick bitch sit on top of me. Birdie at the birdie on the block, this monopoly. I'll pull his birdie in the desert, niggas flocking me. Honey pack, Henny bitch, trust me, ain't no stopping me. I got dreams of dead people on top of me. Shoot mine, shoot two of yours, that's philosophy. Little nigga, big chain, riding in stocky V. Box like Apollo, motherfucker, ain't no rocking me.
God got a plan for me. Where's that?
I know God got a plan for me.
I ain't never going back.
God got a plan for
Fuck jail. Fuck jail. Yo, my niggas made free the guys, but I don't want to see you again. Oh my God! Oh my God! I had a nigga praise.
He's the greatest.
For my falling.
Gave us the power. These moments.
Rest in peace, Pop Smoke. Rest in peace, Pop Smoke. Rest in peace, Hayes. Rest in peace, Jack Out. Rest in peace, Primas. Freelance.
Yo, shout out the Way to Black, man. Like everybody said, ain't no pain like that. Ain't no pain like that. That shit is different. That shit is goosebumps pain. You dig what I'm saying? And I did some more history, did some more research, ladies and gentlemen. I got some good news and I got some bad news. I did a show the other night and it was titled, Who Cheats More in a Relationship, Men or Women? Look it up. And I also did a slammer, part 1 and 2. What is considered as disrespect in a relationship, part 1 and 2. But the one we did the other day, you know the women. Men cheat the most. They always getting caught. Men cheat the most. They always getting caught. We had a young lady in here by the name of Savannah that says she believes totally opposite, that the women are the ones that actually cheat the most. And since y'all are more calculated in y'all steps, that's why y'all mastered it. They always say niggas are stupid. They always stupid. Doing some stupid shit. They gonna get caught. Shout out to Frankie Boo. He said some deep shit the other night in the chat. He said, when it comes to cheating, men are like dogs and women are like cats. I ain't catching it first. He said, a dog, when he's looking for food, he'll knock the garbage can over. Scraps and everything all over the floor, going through it, taking his time, while everybody watches him knock the garbage over. So niggas like to know, let people to know what they're doing. Everybody got to know what you're doing. You got to tell somebody. You want to be seen. He said, but as opposed to a cat, he said to me on the phone, he said, yo, Dice, there's times I've been walking through the street late night going home, son, and a cat would just jump out the garbage can out of nowhere. He said, because a woman, they don't knock the garbage can over. They jump in the garbage can and just eat. But you'll never know they're there until they let you know. And that's a deep analogy. Shout out to the guard, Frank Boo at Vertical Talk. Y'all get over there and subscribe. Make sure y'all get over there and get my man at 1,000. He like about 40 away. Queen Gigi, I see you. Scorpio Mama said, Papa was a Rolling Stone. And I did some more research, ladies and gentlemen. I can't withhold the research from us, y'all, because that would be biased. But when it comes to the men, I got bad news for us, y'all. Because I went to statistics. Now check this out. And the question that I looked up, I said, who cheats more, men or women? The Institute for Family Studies, the IFS, surveyed men and women from the year 2010 to 2016 who were either married or had been married before. Check this out. According to the General Social Survey, men are more likely to cheat than women, with 20% of men cheating, but pay attention to this, ladies, and 13% of women reporting having sex with someone other than their partner while they were still married. So I had to let y'all know that. I did the research, fellas. This is the analytics on it. Depending on the people that were asked about the survey, 20% of the men that they spoke to were found guilty, and 13% of the women that they spoke to were found guilty. Now, can we put this to be accurate? No. Because they don't mean that they was talking to somebody like-minded as us. Don't mean they was talking to people with the same characteristics, the same morals, the same integrity, the same. That don't mean they was brought up with the same things that was installed in some of us. So, you know what I'm saying? Think about that. See, Angel said that's very, it's a fact. We can't say that them statistics are pinpoint. It could be opposite. It could be 20% women, 13% men. It's just that the people that were interviewed and were questioned and went through the survey pertaining to this, check this out, between the year 2010 and 2016, this is the input that gave them. This is 2025. This is 2025. So I know everything rises. Inflation, gas, food prices, a day, anything going to rise. So if it was 20% and 13% 9 years ago in 2016, I know them statistics have changed. I know some statistics have changed. A lot of women said that they feel as though men are the known cheaters. You want to hear something funny? You know why I disagree with that? But it would seem overwhelmingly true is because women have a different support system. Y'all have a better system, ladies. Let me explain something to you. If your man cheat on you, you're going to call your homegirl. You're going to call your sister. You're going to call your aunt. You're going to call your mother. You're going to talk to your homegirl at the job. You're going to talk to the lady that's sitting on the train with you, riding to work, because y'all be seeing each other every day and y'all done built the rapport spiritually because y'all catching the same train. But when it comes to men, we don't have that support system. A man being straight up telling a woman that his woman cheated on him and broke his heart. Do you know how many men in the percentage that would actually agree to that? And just, you know why? That's just like a person, like they said with the P. Diddy trial. There's so many people that have been sexually assaulted by him, allegedly, and people that was in his entourage, but they're so afraid to come out and talk about it because people just are going to make one or two assumptions. They're lying. Why did they wait too long? Some people feel as though it's no need to talk about what's going on if you're already prejudged. This ain't too many men going to sit up and say, well, check this out. Well, before I did meet somebody that was treating me decent, before me and this lady met each other, she wasn't cooking for me no more. Before I met this young lady that unfortunately we grew interest with, she wasn't coming home like she was all the time. She was always with her homegirls. See, you ain't gonna find too many men that's gonna communicate this and then get a fair judgment of the situation. Yo, why y'all separated? The bitch is just bugging. That's our answer. Oh, she on some bullshit. If she want to go, she gonna leave. Let her go. That's how us men were taught to handle things and express the shit, but it's not right because certain things build up with men just like it build up with women. But the sad part about it is, this is the fucked up part, ladies. It seemed like when it comes to relationships, if a man say, yo, I want to make you my woman and I'm gonna love you because in our heart, we see you the one that we can marry. It seems like a lot of women, not some, I said a lot of women look at their relationships as stepping stones. Because y'all are looking for involvement inside instead of looking for involvement as a couple. And a lot of people don't want to admit that, but it's the truth. Pay attention to what I'm saying to you. You would never in your life, ladies, date a nigga that you seen on the street that didn't have no motherfucking money because he didn't what? Compliment you. What you look like going to your motherfucking crib and be like, yo, this is my brother. Well, yo, where you met this nigga at? I used to be giving this nigga change on the corner because he homeless. But let it been an entrepreneur, whether it have been in street, pharmaceutical distribution, whether it have been legal. He owned a few gas stations. He owned a Golden Crust. He invested his money and bought a McDonald's. I bet you that's a different type of attitude that you will think about now, possibly being with him. You ain't gonna do that with no nigga that's ain't got nothing going on with himself. But let me explain something to you. It's just like the analogy of money. A woman will not, that's a rich woman, won't walk into McDonald's and look at any man that's working in McDonald's as husband material. But a billionaire, a male billionaire will walk into McDonald's and look at a woman that he falls in love with, and automatically he says you want to take her away from that and give her the world. Why is that? Why is that? Scorpio Mama said men cover for each other, they stick together. I totally disagree. Little boys cover for each other because if you really a man, niggas ain't gonna have niggas. Let me explain something to you, ladies. I'm gonna be real with you right now. When we was kids, we did that shit. Yo, my baby mom's asked where I was at. I was at you and your mom's crib when we were children. When we were kids. If you catch a nigga in his late 30s, 40s, and 50s talking that bullshit and he fucking with a nigga that's even saying, yo, check this out, son. If she called me, you was with me. Both of them niggas is clowns. Niggas don't move like that. And then if you're not moving accordingly, you can't be in my motherfucking circle. I'm not going to be lying to your motherfucking chick for you, boy. I ain't one of them niggas. But unfortunately, there are people of my age and older that will do that goofy shit. And you see that? You see that? You see how that fucked everything up in the whole atmosphere? Because all of us ain't like that. Niggas ain't fucking with corny niggas like that because let me explain something to you. Pay attention to what I'm about to say to y'all. If a nigga will lie to his man's woman or wife to cover for him, a nigga will lie to you about having a nigga rob you or line you up. Okay, I'm gonna say it one more time. If a nigga will lie to the woman for you, he will lie to you for another nigga. Y'all don't see how that shit work? You don't see how that shit work? If a nigga tell you he will lie to something that's supposed to be your woman, he will lie to you for another nigga. Y'all crazy? Yo, dog, tell him. Is they crazy? Number one, what you got going on with your woman, if you're not talking to me because you're going through something and you need somebody to hear you, I'm with that. But I'm not with no goofy shit. I'm going to support all my brothers because the support system that men need, we used to be afraid to open up about. Niggas is with men groups now. Niggas is cool with getting together and talking about certain things that's bothering. It's cool to call your man and be like, yo, this shit is bothering me, boy. Like, am I going through something right or wrong? Because we wasn't doing that back in the days. That's why we were so fucked up to certain parts of our age. But with maturity, niggas don't be doing the same things niggas was doing when they was in their teens and their 20s. Not me. Not me. Because if I was doing what I was doing in my motherfucking teens and 20s, I'd be on a block right now with some coke and a gun waiting for a sale. Allegedly. Allegedly. That's a fact. That's a fact. Allegedly. I'll be somewhere in a weed gate loading that shit up and telling niggas when I'm coming back to get that paper. That's on Sharon McLeod. Allegedly. I'm not from this new day of individuals with dishonor, man. I talk about this shit every day at my job. I see it every day. Like the level of dishonor today is incredible. Yo, I remember back in the days, there was a loyalty and an honor amongst everyone. Women was loyal and honored each other and respected. Oh, that shit is out the window. Dudes back in the days, we honored each other, we respected each other. That shit is out the window. Some dudes, who you are as a person with your integrity will destroy the way a nigga look at you. He'll find something to be upset with you because he can't be in the presence of your glow. Ladies, the same thing happens with y'all. Shot, salute. You see them Knicks, don't you? I ain't switch up yet. I ain't switch up yet. I'm going to tell you what I said. Yo, Shots, I said the Guineas is taking this one to 7. I said that when they went up 3-1. Everybody at my job, FTC Vice and all, let me tell you, he in the chat. When they went up 3-1, respect it. I said, they're going to game 7. Them peoples want us to go to game 7. And when we get to game 7, we going to blow them niggas out. We going to violate them niggas. It's facts. We going to violate them niggas just like we did Boston that last game. See, they want that money. Do you understand what them tickets is going for, y'all? Do you understand what's going on in the gambling spots with them bookies? People don't understand, man. This is what New York need. Yeah, let me tell you something. If the Knicks don't take that shit, I don't even want to see Shots going live driving. That shit is going to fuck with the traffic. If the Knicks was to lose, that shit would fuck up the traffic. That shit would fuck up the commute to and back from work. That shit would fuck up lunchtime. Do you know what type of shit would go on in New York? Niggas would be sitting around each other at lunchtime, smoking a spliff or a cigarette, eating a hot dog or something, and nigga be like, yo, that shit is crazy. We just had, it's going to be different, man. God wouldn't do that to me. That shit would give me an anxiety attack. People crazy. That shit fucked me up so bad. I saw us one last night. This one I knew the shit was fucking with me. Whoever laughed, I swear to God, whoever laughed, I'm giving you 10 seconds. On my mama when I tell y'all this shit, because I fuck with y'all shit. It's Friday night. I don't give a fuck. Smoking on some good. Last night, I watched them niggas win. I went to sleep and dreamt them niggas lost. And I woke up like, I went straight to my phone. That's a fact. I watched them niggas win, fell asleep, and dreamt that the Knicks lost. That's how much this shit is in my DNA. This is in my blood. This ain't no funny shit with me, man. This is a heartfelt moment for me, man. We've been waiting 25 years. And this is the first time you can say this. We got a full squad. Everybody is contributing to the team. You see, this is the only thing I would hate about certain teams like Chicago. Michael Jordan. They never gave Pippen they never gave him his due respect. They never gave Kukoc his due respect. They never gave Steve Kerr his due respect. They never gave Bill Cartwright when he left the Knicks to go over to Chicago and hold us down and came back and haunted us. They talked about Mike. They ain't talk about the team. LeBron James, another one. I did a short on that clown. He talking about let me tell you how stupid he is. He said he retiring from the NBA because he was served by the weakest center in the game. You see how stupid that was? He said that out of his mouth. That wasn't no AI journey. He said that out of his mouth. He said the person that he felt as though had the least aggressive game or dominant game as being a center, he was outplayed by. Shout out to my you. Tell him you no longer have to close the blood clot door. How big man now? You crazy? Yeah, we got this. We got this one. We got this one. Nothing else is a threat. I don't give a fuck about OKC. They're getting a bunch of rest. We understand that. We don't care anything about that. See, this is where they fucked up. First, they said the New York Knicks couldn't run with the Indiana Pacers because the Indiana Pacers got a fast-paced game. We don't give a fuck about none of that goofy shit. It's just like a Nintendo game back in the days. You couldn't get it at first, but after a while, you turned over Super Mario Brothers. Remember that? Remember, you can go through certain things and go down, boom, 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 go down in the tunnel, come back up, boom, 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 boom. Whole motherfucking music stopped playing, totally different. Remember, because at first you didn't know how to stand on the first board and get all the extra men on the Super Mario Brothers with the turtle when it came down to Pentagon. You didn't know how to do that, but when you found out, you mastered the game. These is facts. These is facts. The Knicks is going to Disney World, man. It's just simple and plain. Shout out to my man King Streets, man. I'm going to talk about this guy Puff for a little while. We're going to get the fuck up out of here, man. Because Puff is gone. He's done.
I know this shit pretty far out in this, bro. Yeah. We can clean it up. I'm saying we cleaning up. You know what I'm saying? We trying and grinding, doing things we like to do. You did? Stop playing with us.
Shit got me feeling good, nigga. Yeah.
You heating up, lad. It's niggas that be going through the shit I'm actually talking. Been through so much bullshit, I could have been drafted with Jordan. I made my way through the projects, ducking rats and informants. They shooting, they shot at bitches, I was actually scoring. Y'all sided, ain't worry about nothing, cause God got it. And they read it when they ran in my crib for the narcotics. No paper, I'm like, where's the money in y'all pocket? All this trapping and you broke, what y'all running, the non-profit? Free my homies in the prison, shackled to the buckle too. They up north, eating with them crackers like a Lunchable. I just can't fake it, you gon' know if I don't fuck with you. When real niggas chillin', the lanes get too comfortable. Smoke them like a hookah when them killers had enough of you. They gon' make him feel it just for thinking he untouchable. Running up this bag out the mud, it ain't nothing new. We was on the grind, I ain't drunk like no Huxtable. That little bit of cash can't fool us. For now on, we making niggas tag they jewelers. Pull up shining and let's see if they gon' like you then. Fuck a block, nigga, cause it's money that I like to spend. Bitches love to text, get books, see if they write you then. Free my dog, he in and out the can like the recycle bin. Barely went to church, but I've been Christian, gotta pray for it. Money, my religion. Hopping out the farm with that shit on jury glisten. Staying sucker free and out the way, ducking prison. Counting up this paper, 100 million on a mission. Getting to this money, my religion. Hopping out the farm with that shit on jury glisten. Staying sucker free and out the way, ducking prison. Counting up this paper, 100 million on a mission. Getting to this money, my religion. See, they still waiting on the money. It ain't coming to them. Saquon Barkley to these hoes. We just run it through them before these suckers ever come for me. Sending something to them. I just tell Brody, walk them down when we run it to them. Play Superman to get your cape shot. Never slipping, we be fully armed like a tank top. Fresh out the jar, we was selling them that straight drop. Then they go and hit it off the glass like a bank shot. Elevated on these suckers, made they face drop. Same ones was hating on my moves, they in the same spot. Go against me, niggas fell every time. That's why I make sure I give them hell every rhyme, every line. Are you hating on a nigga? Let me shine, heavy dimes. We put it on the scale, then we grind. Then we grind, nigga. Walk up in the spot and get my back in. I ain't really one for talking, I just make it happen, for real. Hopping out the farm with that shit on.
Shout out to King Streets. That dude got a deep pain with him too. Real classy about it. Shout out to Far Rockaway. Like he definitely doing it for Stack Bundles. You remind me of Stacks. That's one thing I will say. He ain't got the he ain't got that. He got his own Far Rockaway style. So I respect that because it was a few dudes that came from Far Rockaway and they was trying to sound like Stacks. Rest in peace to Chinks. He had another one from Queens that had his own diddy bop and his own flow. Unfortunately, he was unalive. You know what? I'm gonna do a show on some of the rappers. I'm gonna do a show with a bunch of the rappers that unfortunately lost their lives due to some shit, whether it was pertaining to the streets or always coming with the streets, because that shit with Pop Smoke. I think about that every day. That is just really crazy. They said that man lost his life for like $1,600 in a Rolex. $1,600 in a Rolex. The name of that movie, it's a movie, I can't remember the name he was in. The movie he played in, he was a basketball player. It was a Chinese dude and a young lady in the movie. I forgot the name of the movie. It was a great movie, and he had acting skills, man. Dude really had acting skills, and to see his life just took like that so fast, but that foolishness just really like saddens my heart. You dig what I'm saying? Well, before I get out of here, if you ain't a Knicks fan, I ain't fucking with you. That's a fact. That's a fact. If you live in New York and you're not a Knicks fan, shame on you. Shame on you. You probably won't even feed your kids. If you're in New York City and you're a mother or a father and you're not a New York Knicks fan, you'll let your kids starve on a Friday night. Like you ain't even taking them to the Chinese restaurant tonight. You people are just not right. You know, every Friday night, you know, Fridays and Saturdays, you're supposed to bless your kids with some little something from outside. IHOP, Chinese food. Y'all ain't from New York. Y'all can't be voting for anything else, because if y'all don't want to see Jalen Brunson and Mickey Mouse all together, it ain't right. Check this out though before I get out of here. I was talking to y'all yesterday about that bestiality, right? Check this out. On January 28th, the Marion County Sheriff's Office received an anonymous tip about videos on Instagram allegedly showing one Logan Gamunski engaging in sexual activities with a dog. This lady right here was prosecuted because for clicks and views on Instagram, people started paying her on Instagram to start doing sexual and obscene acts with her chihuahuas. Look her name up. Cold-blooded fact. Look it up. It's a cold-blooded fact. Look her name up. She on Instagram with chihuahuas. You understand what I'm saying to you? I just tell you about it. People mind. Well, yo, let me tell you something. When somebody got their mind made up on what they gonna do, let me tell you something. They gonna do it. Peace.
Another day alive, another day free. Why would I wake up trying to be somebody other than me? It's knowledge, wisdom, understanding. Man, woman, and children. Sun, moon, and stars. Everything exists, has to coexist within. Like I said, another day alive, another day free. Why would I wake up trying to be somebody other than me?